So Vendi just chose a random spot because she had a meeting and we needed to stop. It just happened to be, it was by a lake, and the lake has a pretty epic view of another volcano which we didn't even know was here. How freaking sweet is that? This is just like Volcano Alley.
It's really beautiful, flipping skies.
And tomorrow we're going to Portimont. I think that's unofficially Patagonia. So we have just arrived to Portimont, which is... Wait for Vendi. So we've just arrived in Portimont, and as you can tell by what we're wearing, it is really cold here. It's basically the bottom of like the Chilean mainland before all the fjords start and you get cut off by roads and you have to catch ferries. And we have to do a very important thing today, and we're getting our official car paperwork, which we still don't have. We have the ownership paperwork only from a notary, which basically says we bought the car, but it's not from the official register, and that's what you need to cross borders. So we're going to go see if we can get it. Hopefully nothing goes wrong, because every time we ever try to do anything with the legal system here, we hit roadblocks. We are sure that we have done everything correctly this time. Hopefully we don't get screwed. Trying to find the right building, because there's like 15 buildings here.
We should take some number, right? Or something. Gracias.
I think this is it. It seems very insignificant. Just this tiny little piece of paper.
She said it's complete.
I think she said you chop it up and then you have that.
No, let's not chop it up.
Yeah, let's leave it like that.
We have the paperwork.
Okay, that was a big one, because without that, we wouldn't be crossing any borders into Argentina or anywhere, and we would have been up shit creek. So, because it's the first time it's really rained while we've been in Chile, and we've just realized that our windscreen wipers are really playing up, and to access that you have to take the whole dash out, and I really don't want to do that. We can put the wipers on, but only every now and then. I've used this product before, Rain-X. It basically just dissolves the water off the windscreen, so it hits it and just like disintegrates, which is great. Well, we just finished all our chores for the day. We've got our new coolant, because we're going to have to do something with the radiator. It's just full of demineralized water at the moment, because we're still trying to figure out why it ate itself in 2 weeks. Fingers crossed that doesn't happen again, otherwise we're totally fucked. We're super hungry. We're waiting in the line for a ferry over to Chiloé Island. While we wait, I'm just cooking. Just cooking some cheese toasties.
This is not how to do this, guys.
I think it's ready. Yeah, they're ready.
Oh, yummy.
Okay.
Approved?
Good. I don't know what to say about this. This is now the second time that Vendi... Actually, no, this is the third time that Vendi has locked the keys in the car. She's like, can you pass me the spare set? So I pass her the spare set, and then she locks the spare set in the front. There's one of our keys, and the other one is in the ignition, and all the doors are locked.
But we have safety feature of this van, and that's our front door. It's only me who can fit, so I have to climb in.
Nice work. Okay, I'll help you.
12 seconds later.
I honestly can't believe what just happened. Not even like a minute had passed, and then he did it again. How is this possible? She locked the freaking key inside the car less than 30 seconds after she just got him out. Just before you lock the car, make sure you have it in your hand.
I was just talking about Instagram versus reality, where now you'll see these beautiful views and me walking and being a little explorer. But in fact, we spent half day fixing the van again. I was so desperate. I was like working on my computer for hours, trying to catch a signal, glimpse of reception. And you know, it's just so different from like the reality that you actually see on Instagram. These moments like that, you actually have to fucking deserve it by like suffering for 6 hours and then you get 20 minutes, which are actually nice. So I feel like our trip in South America has been so fun.
So we both had about 3 mental breakdowns today when I thought the van had a blown head gasket. I freaked out. I haven't been feeling well all day.
Oh my god, flamingos!
Really?
Yes! I see 2 pink ones.
So we just rocked up to this place because they said that you can see flamingos, and we can see 2 flamingos.
I was like, those Google reviews are totally fake.
And I bought my long lens so I can take some photos. Oh wow. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Oh, there are the flamingos. Oh, look, he's walking. Oh, it's so cool. Wild flamingos. You have to speak up.
Pink and cute.
Flamingos are pink and cute.
So we drove for 1.5 hours to see this amazing fisherman village, which is really famous. What we didn't think of was that there's actually a thing called high and low tide. And now it's absolutely low tide, dead low tide, and it looks so funny.
So this is normally supposed to be all full of water, and then these houses look like they're kind of like floating on the water. So you might be wondering why I'm dressed like a banana. It was the only down jacket they had left at Decathlon when we got here. So you're going to be seeing a lot of this banana. So this place is actually really similar to New Zealand, the Coromandel where we used to live. It's like a big inlet, and they just grow shitloads of black-lip mussels. So all these boys out here are all black-lip mussels, and that's pretty much like the primary industry around here. You just see trucks coming in and out all day with just huge sacks of mussels, and I think we're going to try find some.
So we just found this local fisherman because we're in the fishing village, and it's huge, like on mussels. And we got 2 kilos of mussels for about $3.
And
fresh
a litre of your finest carton of wine
Nothing,
for $1.50.
Didn't have anything else. And we're gonna have a feast tonight by the ocean.
So for anyone that's never eaten mussels, especially ones that you buy yourself, they have what's called a beard. So this is what they like attach to things with, and you got to take that out before you cook them, otherwise you end up eating it. So you just kind of hold it really strong and you pull it one way. And this one doesn't want to come out.
Really hard.
Bad example. It's normally just one swift motion down. Fuck me.
Chilean mussels.
Oh my god, I can't get it out.
So we ended up taking knife and cleaning with knife.
So apparently with really big ones like this, it's like really, really hard to get the beard out because it's just so strong. Big ass mussels. Like me, huh? Big ass mussels?
Yeah, totally same.
It's my nickname, right? Oh, look at the size of that meat.
Yeah, no. Should I get a bucket?
Oh wow, very meaty. Very good. Look at the size of this bad boy. It's like the size of my head. So this is the mussel. And that's what you're supposed to rip off, this beardy bit, but you can cook it with it in there. Delicious. Troublemakers on the bus. We left Chiloé Island, went back to Portimont, did all our preparation for Patagonia and the Carretera Austral, which is like the highway that goes all the way down the Chilean Patagonia. We've just rocked up to our first kind of campsite where we probably would call this the real Patagonia. Like, I mean, Patagonia starts very high up, but this is what we're calling it because we can now, for the first time, see like real Patagonian mountains. They are quite far away. The road ends in only like a couple of kilometers. So tomorrow we're getting on a small ferry that goes just across an inlet. And then we're getting on the ferry that we have to book 2 weeks in advance. That's a 5-hour ferry from... to...
Caleta Gonzalo.
And from there, we're on our own. If we have any more car problems after that, I think we're going to be in a real world of hurt because all our lifelines are basically cut off at Portimont because it's a fairly big city. We still haven't completely solved the issue with the radiator. We are checking it daily. I've done 2 flushes now with distilled water. I've bought a bottle of concentrate coolant, so we're going to start slowly filling it up with that because of course we do need coolant. We're going to be going into some very chilly temperatures. We don't want our engine block to freeze. Like every campsite or any place you stop around here, there's a designated big black German Shepherdy looking dog who I think just hangs around in case you're cooking dinner. They always seem to be very friendly, but you can't get rid of them no matter how hard you try. So he kind of looks like a guard dog too. You waiting for us to cook some nachos? Yeah? With the bacon?
We're just having dinner and now we hear this meowing.
There's a cat noise.
And like coming from the van. What is happening?
Oh, there's that meowing. It must have come. I had the back door open for like 2 minutes. That cat jumps out of here. There's a cat under here. Somewhere. I can hear it. Where is it?
Oh, it's here.
Really?
Oh my god, did we travel with the cat?
Where did you come from? Hi, kitty. What are you doing up there? Okay, that is the most bizarre thing I've seen in a long time. There's a cat sitting on our drive shaft. How did he get there? I have no idea. Has he been there for long? We don't know. Is he going to come out? Probably with some food. Okay, let's give him a bit of food and see if we can get him to come out.
Come. Come.
Oh, hello. What are you doing?
Do you think that we took her from Portimont?
I don't think so.
You're so cute. We can't take you with us.
It's another morning and the craziest thing happened last night. When we were kind of just sitting up having our dinner, we had a really nice young gentleman and say hi to us. He sent his tent up just over here. He's riding a bike all the way from Peru. We sat here by the fireplace, had a chat. When he wanted to go to bed, we didn't realize that the tide mark comes all the way up to this stick. So we are parked here. His tent was just here. This was completely underwater. There was about a foot of water under his tent. The tide came all the way up to here. And now we are airing out all his clothes. Oh no. They all got soaking wet. But he's still in high spirits.
Mal, todo mal anoche, pero bueno. Todo mal, pero todo bien. Ya lo arreglamos. Sol, fini. Anoche.
So he's cycling by himself for 2 years from Peru, doing loops around South America, and now he's actually cycling to Ushuaia. We also made him a tea because he was wet and cold last night, and Marcy handed him his hot water bottle.
Things we never really thought about was the people on the streets who are doing all these performing in traffic lights. We kind of thought, you know, what they were up to, is it just a hobby? So Ronaldo, he's from Venezuela and he needs to fund his travel somehow. So he goes to a street and does some juggling, gets a bit of cash to keep his traveling going. It's actually like, it's quite a sustainable
It's literally like
entertainer,
nomad,
really?
like someone carrying a notebook with like computer with us, and he's carrying his like juggling toys, and then he can just like pull it out anywhere, and he just like keeps going.
It just won't go away. You're so very cute. Hasta luego, amigo. Ciao. So we've just reached one of many road ends on the Cotera Austral, and this is basically where we have to get our very first car ferry across the ocean. This is only a short ferry, and then the next ferry is a 5-hour ferry that we're catching tonight. The road just ends down here, and we're going to get on that ferry. So these ferries aren't really that cheap. This one cost us around about $20 US. The one tonight cost us $180 US, which is with the van and the two of us, but I think it's a much bigger and longer ferry, but it's still not that cheap.
We are waiting in a line for a ferry, and I decided I'm gonna smudge with Palo Santo the entire van, kind of make sure that everything goes smoothly. He doesn't care, but he'll thank me later.
Now we have to get on a 5-hour ferry which connects the two highways together, and then we got another very short ferry at the end of that. It's now 7:30. We're probably not going to get there till about 2 a.m. I think we're just going to sleep as soon as we get there. I don't know if we can sleep in the van on the ferry or we have to get out, but if you look up there, we finally get to see some Patagonian mountains. They're snow-capped, Andes. It's pretty cool.
Sleep and wake up in the heart of Patagonia.
It's now midnight. We've just had a nap in the back of the van. We're about to leave the first ferry, get on to the second ferry. It's only like a couple of kilometers to the second ferry, so I have a feeling that all the cars from this ferry all move together onto the next ferry, and then we're kind of back onto a mainland again, because we're kind of a little bit on an island here. It is now like 1 a.m. We just got off the second ferry and drove for about another 45 minutes. It is right next to the lake. The stars here are like, it's so dark. And there's just nothing here. We'll show you tomorrow. We're gonna go to bed. Welcome to Patagonia. Coming up in the next episode, we finally get to explore those Patagonian mountains and volcanoes, get stuck in a blizzard, and get in trouble by the authorities. So we don't know if we're getting a fine or not. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. That'll really help us out. And if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram to see what we are up to on a daily basis. But until next time, we'll see you later.